Day 30 of 31 days of cold plunging.
Are you putting a bunch of chemicals on your skin in order to avoid sunburn? Well, in this video, we're gonna go over some better alternatives that won't cause cancer and be endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors. Huh? What's that? Yeah, I just did a tongue twister like 13 times and re-recorded that. What's an endocrine disruptor? Endocrine disruptor. When you have to pronounce things like this, you know, for the benefit of our health. Let's dive into it. And we're also going to take a plunge because we're going back and forth in time to the summer where I filmed all of those cold plunges and decided to add more information. Let's go.
All right, I thought I was getting a little bit boring, into too much routine at the other spot that we have gone day after day for a little while, a number of days. I'm almost going to promise, I want to promise that tomorrow we will go into the lake that I had the flop at on day 3. And that is going to be, yeah, I feel like that's a good hurrah for day 31. But I've switched spots today to this one. And I think that the water is, I think I should be able to submerge where I'm looking at right now, down yonder to my left. It's actually getting really hot. I'm sitting like right where the sun is. I put some sunblock on. What do I use? Let's chat about this briefly. This is the Raw Elements Certified Natural Sunscreen for face and body. Broad spectrum SPF 30, water resistant for up to 80 minutes. This is reef safe and safe for all ages. Can you believe it? Yes, I can, because there are some products out there that don't want to ruin the earth. They care about the earth and they care about our skin. The largest organ in the body. Yes, didn't you know that? Come on, remember our skin? It's the largest organ in our body. So anything that it's absorbing is going right into our vessel, our temple. And you have a precious temple just as I do. We all do. And it is something that we can take healthy pride in, to love and take care of. So get your hands on some of this. The reason why I buy this as well is that it comes in a tin, so it doesn't waste plastic, you know, and if you want to, you can, at the end of it, you can clean it out a little and use the tin. Use it for, what would I use it for? Earrings, so I don't lose them, jewelry on the road, just about anything. You can refill it with something if you need to. So you'll come up with a lot of uses. So what's the active ingredients? Zinc oxide, 23%. That's basically nature's sunscreen. You know, with that being said, you can always wear hats and cover up. Like you see me sometimes, I wear a kimono. And I like to, you know, I get a lot of sun and I try to put this on. And I could put it on more often than I do, I think. I'm trying to make it more of a routine. But this is the stuff you want. You want stuff with zinc in it, just like this, because this is not a bunch of chemicals. I remember, a couple months back, somebody I knew was just spraying all of this copper tone sunscreen on. They were spraying this whole thing all over, and you can smell it, especially if you're someone who's been living outdoors for a while or you are living a more holistic, natural lifestyle. You smell these chemicals from very far away. And it will make you sneeze probably. That's the stuff that is terrible for our sinuses.
And 8 months later, while editing this, let me explain, just drop a couple of things in here. Why are these unnatural sunscreens so harmful to us? All right, not only are some of them cancer causing, the ingredients in them, they're also full of endocrine disruptors. Stuff like parabens, for example. Parabens mimic the hormone estrogen in the body and disrupt the normal function of hormone systems This affects male and female reproductive system functioning. It also affects reproductive development, fertility, and birth outcomes. And aren't we having a lot of problems with that these days? Yeah, we are. According to the National Institutes of Health, endocrine disruptors not only interfere with the body's endocrine system, but also produce adverse developmental, reproductive, neurological, and immune effects in both humans and wildlife. So this also causes a lot of ecosystem trouble, right? Because when we go into the waters, now it comes off of our skin and goes into the water. So it's toxifying the water, it's toxifying the animals in there, and then maybe people are eating those animals, right, etc. Or the animals are having also hormonal problems. Yeah, this is an issue. We're not going to get into it too far with the fish in this video, but yeah. It's a difficult world we're living in, where it's like fish have all of these great nutrients if you choose to eat fish, and yet they're also have a lot of toxins in them. So, we are toxifying our world, aren't we? Let's talk a minute about endocrine disruptors, and I'm going to make more videos on this. These endocrine disruptors are in tons and tons of the general body care products and cleaning products that are sold on the market. And that's most stores today. You have to actually have you have to really want to be involved in your health and care about it to go to like a health food store and get a different product or make your own. Maybe we'll make some sunscreen in another video. But you've got to actually put the effort in if you care, right? Or, you can go online and order this stuff because there's plenty out there, and, we're on the internet right now. Why not do yourself a favor? What else happens is that these chemical-based sunscreens, they also end up in coral reefs, and it ends up bleaching the coral reef. And this can even cause death to the coral reefs, which are, we forget about them, but there's a lot of coral reefs that have already been destroyed now on the planet. You can also check out the link that I listed below, which is ewg.org/sunscreen. EWG is the Environmental Working Group, and you can type in all kinds of things, different products in there, and it'll tell you different hazards of them, etc. Sometimes I do want to leave this other note in here that often what seems to be happening is that they will find out that this crazy chemical concoction thing that they've made has this one chemical in it that is now, they've been doing research on it, and it's a cancer causer, right? Or it is an endocrine disruptor. I'm stuttering here, these words. And they will do the studies on it, and they'll prove it, and then it'll start to get on like the dirty list. And what happens is then they will go back into the lab, and there will be another concoction coming up that is some other kind of derivative of another synthetic thing, which we don't even know what this is, right? And it will be this thing where it doesn't make it on the hazard list, and it doesn't make it on the good list. So it's in this like limbo where it's like they can get away with selling these products, these companies, because it doesn't make any list yet. But we don't know the side effects yet, right? And haven't we been caught up in that over the years where things are said to be approved, but then there's adverse side effects that show up later, right? This is a problem. This is why it's, for me, my choice is to just always go as natural as possible. And we could note that this has tocopherol, if I'm pronouncing this correctly, in there. It's a derivative of vitamin E. There is, we could say, well, where did the vitamin E come from? We could get really specific there. And this is why I'm sort of like, this is as good as it's going to get for me to find in a canister, apart from another brand that is a little bit more expensive that I really love called Living Libations. And there's no tocopherol in there. It's all zinc and really heady, delicious botanicals, like 100% organic stuff. But, some people, some of us, we're on a budget or something, right? I want to promise that I'm going to do a sunscreen episode and we can make some together, because it's apparently not that difficult to get the zinc oxide and to throw in some coconut butter and some organic essential oils that we like and make our own thing at home from scratch. And I noticed that anytime that I do that, I have so much more pride in the thing that I have, like, because I know what was put in it, right? So for me, my choice is to always go as basic as possible, as natural as I can get it. And sometimes that's not going to be the most flashy thing that's sold on the shelf in the average store, right?
Reminder from Juniper, from Holistic Juniper here, start to treat yourself well. Give yourself the best stuff that you can for your skin, for your vessel, your temple. What else is in it? Very clean stuff. Organic green tea, organic black tea, organic hemp seed oil, organic beeswax, organic coffee bean, organic sunflower oil, or natural mango butter, natural rosemary, cocoa butter, and tocopherol. I like this, and I like the Living Libations sunblock. Let's get these shoes off. Anyways, I'm going to get into this breath work and dive in there, take the temperature. See you on the other side. Let's check the water now. This water is the usual. Not even in there yet. All right, it's much easier in the sun, that's for sure. It was a little shallow, a bit shallow where I'm at. So, going this way now. It feels good, it feels really good. Let's sit in here for a bit longer, lay in here for a bit longer. All right, my battery power is low, but I'll part ways in a nice way. Thanks for joining. As always, I send love and light your way. And like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow in, I can't believe I'm going to say this, in day 31. I'm going to take us on a backpacking journey tomorrow, and we'll see what comes of that. See you then.